Right, what is up, people? We are back again, a new week. First snowfall. I just looked outside and saw a few snowflakes here. 1st of November, and we got our first slight snowfall. Looks like it's probably done by now, but as long as it stays away for a little bit longer, snow on Christmas, that's fine. As long as the super cold stuff stays away for a little bit longer, my main thing is so I can keep getting outside and sprinting. That's the main thing. That's the only, I mean, even if it's -20, I still get outside and walk around. You just gotta put layers and layers and layers on. But it's not fun to sprint when it's that cold because then you get sweaty and your sweat freezes to you. And that's no fun for anyone. But that's a whole another issue. But another beautiful week ahead of us, ready to go, getting tagged up and moving along, plugging away with work here. But why you're really here is for episode number 5 of the Together Achieving Greatness show here live on YouTube. And if you are checking it out live, make sure you like the video and click the little subscribe button so you get notifications each week or whenever I decide to do a new episode of Together Achieving Greatness. You are first to know. So you can catch it, watch live, you can get in the chat, you can ask questions, you can comment, and you can get me to ramble on and get me off topic. So, because I'm going to come in each of them probably with a topic. I'll probably end up doing some Q&As here eventually. Maybe I'll do that next week and just get some Q&A from Instagram, from Facebook, from clients, things like that, and just discuss those. So that's probably what we'll do next week is do a live Q&A one. But this week, I want to talk about one of the most neglected and most overlooked aspects of our health and ultimately achieving greatness and unleashing greatness in our lives. And it's something that it's one of those, like I said, one of those things that is neglected that we kind of the first thing to cut out or pull back on and not get enough of. And that is sleep. Ah, the great rapper Nas once said, I don't sleep because sleep is the cousin of death. And although Nas is one of my favorite artists of all time, that may be true. Sleep may be the cousin of death, but you have to sleep. You need to sleep. It is so important for so many different issues. And we're going to get into uh, why sleep is important, why you should sleep, why you need to make it a priority in your life and your health if you are looking to be great and just be the best version of yourself. And then I'll get into some tips on how to get better sleep and uh, what you can do to optimize your sleep and make the most of it because we all coming from different situations. Again, just like training, just like nutrition, it is going to be an individualized thing. And kind of my journey into sleep stems from my issues that I've had with sleep over the years. I did, what was it now? A year or two ago now, I did a sleep study. It was an in-home one, which I wanted to do the in-lab one, but they wouldn't let me do it because my insurance didn't cover it. So I did the in-home one, which is where this, I don't know, it's kind of like, it was probably like the size of a phone, and then you had like things in your nose and stuff like that, and it was a pain in the butt just because who sleeps with that kind of stuff on it? It's in the way, it's intrusive. It's not. I didn't get a good night's sleep with that. But basically, from the findings out from that is that I had insomnia, and my sleep struggles stem back to what I think is the reason is from college, from years of alcohol abuse and partying and staying up late and getting up early. Because if you don't know the story, check the episode 1, my origin story, and where I talk more about how in college I would stay up till bar close, drinking, partying, not sleeping, and then get up at like 6 a.m. and go work out and go train. Because I've always been in training and stuff like that. And I thought that's all I could do. I was the typical meathead who thought, oh, I could go out train a crappy diet. I could out train not sleeping. And you realize as you get older and you get wiser that you can't. That doesn't happen. You can't out train poor sleep and poor nutrition. Those things are more important, just as or even more important than your training. Depending, no matter what your goals are, whether they're fat loss or muscle building or just living a healthier life. So you need to make sure you are sleeping, and this is what stems my because over the last few years I've really prioritized sleep and working to get that, and then getting certified in sleep coaching to mainly help myself. So ultimately, I can help clients, I can help other people improve their sleep and improve their lives, because that's what I'm here for. That's why Tag was created to help other people improve their lives and live their best lives and unleash greatness in whatever it is they want to achieve in their life. So yeah, sleep is just it's so important. It's just, and then, like I said, it gets neglected so much. How many times you think of, oh, I gotta get up early for work, so but I gotta catch this last episode of whatever your newest favorite show is on Netflix or whatever other Disney Plus or other streaming service, and then that newest episode turns into 5 hours later of binging, and it's midnight, 1 o'clock, and you got to be up for work at 5 o'clock, and yeah, you get that 5 hour sleep. And it's just to go to say that we're always neglecting. That's like one of the first things to go is sleep. And like Nas says, I don't sleep because sleep is the cousin of death. It falls back on that grinding mentality where, oh, I gotta grind 24/7. I gotta go hard all the time. I'm badass. Um, no, that's just gonna burn you out. That's gonna cause sickness, illness, injuries, whatever, because you're not sleeping. You're just trying to go as hard as you can all the time, and that's just not gonna work out in the long run. That's a lot of what my issues come with, and it's still a constant work in progress for me. It has gotten better. I have good nights, I have bad nights, just like training, just like nutrition, just like life. You're gonna have good and bad, but it's always about being that consistency, consistent habits. I mean, we'll get into those a little later, but yeah. So like I said, sleep is always neglected. It's that first thing to pull back. You stay up late to watch TV, but you have to get up early for work, or you go to bed, but you cut your sleep short because you got to get up and you got to work out before work, or you don't sleep because you're chasing the kids around. You got too many other things going on. You're too busy. So these are all things that we always cut back on sleep, or maybe we just struggle with sleep. If you're like me, you wake up in the middle of the night, or you have trouble falling asleep. This could be from so many different things. A lot of it links back to your behaviors and your thoughts on sleep. Whereas maybe if you don't think sleep is important to your health, you won't do it, and then you won't make sleep a priority. Or if you think you have to have exactly 8 hours of sleep to get a good night's sleep, and you're always so worried and focused on getting good sleep and quality sleep, knowing that if I don't get this, I'm screwed. I can't function or whatever. And knowing that that's not actually the case, but these thoughts and these behaviors you have in your head can impact you negatively and affect your sleep. Or maybe you have sleep apnea, or like myself, insomnia, um, or you wake up to pee multiple times a night or at the same time every night, like I do. 1 to 2, boom, wake up, pee, trouble get falling back to sleep. You got anxiety, thoughts start racing through your head. I have this a lot all the time. Thoughts, whether it's business thoughts, making sure my clients are prepared and ready to go, making sure I didn't miss anything from the day. What do I have on the next day? So just all these thoughts, these things racing through your head. You're always anxious, prepared, looking forward to things even too. That can be like a big game, or you got a good workout coming tomorrow or something like that, or it's Christmas and you want those new presents, whatever it may be. All these things can cause anxiety, can cause sleep issues. So we got that. And then, like I said, it's like sleep apnea, any sleeping disorders that you would have to actually get looked at. Like me being a sleep coach, I can kind of do a screening to see, oh, yeah, you might have sleep apnea. So but I can't diagnose that. That's out of my scope of work. So that's where refer you out, go to a actual sleep doctor, a sleep specialist, um, sleep lab, whatever it is, and get testing done and find out for sure. Because sleep apnea is bad. It can cause a lot of issues and even death. So make sure you get that looked out. I got tested for that. Don't have that. So, but just look into that. These other things, sleeping disorders that can have effect. All these different things have effect. But a lot of times it just comes down to our behaviors and our habits and thoughts on sleep more so than actual medical conditions. But if you do think you might have like a medical sleep issue, go get that checked out by a professional. I'm not a doctor, so I can't prescribe or diagnose any of that stuff. So go see a professional if you think you have that. Yes, I can do a screening and then let you know, yeah, you might want to get that checked out. But if you've been struggling with that in the past, go see a doctor. It's gonna help, and just knowing that, figuring out, oh, it's not that. So then you can work on the things that it's not. It could be behaviors or something like that. So go get that checked out if you do. Yeah. So just some different things that cause us to not sleep well. So kind of get into that even more. It's like I mentioned, you could have trouble falling asleep. You could have trouble not staying asleep through the entire night, waking up time to time, and not falling back to sleep, or you just don't get a good, like the three stages of sleep: light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep. So you might not hit each of those or get enough quality of that. And then quality is a big thing. Like I typically tell people, shoot for at least 7 hours of sleep, of quality sleep, 7 to 9, even more if your athlete is good. So through all the studies and research I've done, I find that, and that's just a rough goal, 7 to 8, get 8. And when I say that, that means quality actually being asleep. It doesn't mean time in bed, because typically everyone wakes up at certain points in the night. That's just part of the sleep cycle. So make sure you are in bed. I always tell them, be in bed. If you want not 8 hours of sleep, be in bed at least 9 hours, because you are going to wake up multiple times at night, even if you don't remember it or don't notice it. So be in bed 9 hours to get 8 hours. That's a good recommendation I usually give my clients or anyone I work with, just to get sleep. But shoot for 7 or more hours of quality sleep. And quality means, yeah, you're getting hitting all stages. You're getting deep sleep. You're getting all the REM sleep, and you're getting the light sleep. So, and you're not just laying in bed awake, because you want to get in as much uninterrupted sleep as you can, because that's going to give you the best results and have you feeling the best, which we'll get into next, is why sleep, because sleep impacts everything else in life. So better sleep is going to have some of the benefits. Yes, beauty sleep. You're going to look better. You are going to feel better. You are going to be in a better mood. You're going to have more energy. How often have you woke up groggy and just like, oh, I slept like crap, and then you're grumpy, you're angry, you don't want to do anything. You Someone says something, you're snapping right back at them. You just don't want to hear it today because you didn't get a good night's sleep, and it's so true. Just think about all the times you haven't had a good night's sleep, or you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, type of thing, and you're just not in a good mood. You have no energy. You're drained, and you just mope on and struggle through the day. So I've been there more often than not, and yeah, it's just crazy once you actually work on your sleep and you get a good night's sleep and you realize how much better you do feel. And so, yeah, mood, energy, your attention. You're gonna pay more attention. You're gonna have more focus, more concentration. You'll be stronger, so your workouts will be better. You will be more refueled, because when we sleep, that's when all the magic happens. It's not You're not, when you're in the weight room or in the gym, you're not building muscle. You are breaking down muscle. When you sleep, when you eat, that's when you're building muscle. And the actual process is when you sleep. That's when you're going to burn fat. That's when your muscle is going to build, when you're recovering. So, um, yeah, you work out to ultimately build muscle, but the actual process of building muscle doesn't happen in the gym. That happens while you're recovering and sleeping. So, and sleeping is the best form of recovery. You can have all these tools, the ice baths, the massage guns, the Normatec boots, foam rollers, all this crap. You can have all that stuff, but if you're not sleeping, you're not going to recover. Because sleeping is the number one form of recovery, and it will be that way until the day we die. Get good sleep, eat well. Those are your best two forms of recovery right there. So yeah, other benefits of sleep is falls into nutrition is your choices. Think again, think of a time where you didn't have a good night's sleep, and then think of what you ate that day. Were your choices more processed, highly processed, easy, quick grab, junky food meals, or were they more quality, nutrient dense, real food meals? And my guess is this the latter. So or the first. So you if you're not getting good enough sleep, your food choices are going to tend to be less ideal. So you'll choose the quick grab. You'll grab that candy bar or whatever instead of the apple. So your food choices, your awareness, that type of thing, is affected by your sleep. So that's why a lot of people who don't sleep tend to be overweight because their food choices, because they're not sleeping, they're making poor food choices, and a lot of that falls back to being more aware, cognitive, and ready to make good choices when it comes to food. They'll reach for that simple thing, and then that just eats more because there's no nutrients and it's not a quality food. So that leads to overeating. So think all the times that you didn't get a good night's sleep and what you ate, and did you ever realize how connected the two were? Same with training. I've had some great training sessions when I slept like crap, but and you usually feel better after training. But your strength is going to go up, your speed is going to go up, your neurological system is going to be ready to take on a higher intensity training session if you do get a good night's sleep. And then again, go back to sleep as the best way to recover from that workout so you are ready because you don't want yesterday's or today's training session to affect tomorrow's. So we need to make sure we are recovering and sleeping. But yeah, so sleep, just working at it, getting the benefits, that beauty sleep, that looking better, feeling better, moving better. You'll be less, your immune system is going to be better. You're going to be less prone to getting sick, so or injured if you're sleeping. So make sure you are doing this because, like I said, we need to stop neglecting sleep. It gets a bad rap, and like it's too often the first thing to cut back on or skip. When we know, or at least most people are now aware that they have to sleep. We know we have to eat well. We know have to sleep well. We know have to exercise, but most people just don't do it. They're too lazy. They don't. They're making excuses that those types of things. But we have to sleep and we have to eat well. We have to train, and so back to sleep and some tips. We'll get into some tips now. What you can do to improve your sleep and just focus on sleep. And number one is just make it a priority. Make sure you are making time. Yes, making time to sleep. For myself, it's scheduling it out. It's putting it on a schedule. I'm gonna go to bed at this time each night. It doesn't always happen, but it is there, and it has definitely helped and improved. Whereas scheduling out your day so you're not just procrastinating, doing stuff that you don't need to do, cutting back on the TV watching, the binging TV at late at night. Set a strict time and make it a priority. Schedule it out, put it on your calendar, put it on your phone, whatever you need to do to make sure it is something so you can ultimately build that into a routine, into a habit, into a behavior that you are always going to bed and making sure sleep is number one on your list. So put it on the list, make time for it, make it a priority. Another one would just be having a good um, bedtime routine and even a morning routine. I mean, a lot of times I think morning routines are super overrated with these people who promote them like they're the greatest thing ever. Oh, you gotta do this, this, and this, this, and that. No, just find something that works for you, works for your schedule, fits your life. Because a lot of times the morning routine sets up for your sleep that day or that night. Kind of like in training, a good warm up prepares you for your session that day. A good morning routine prepares you for the rest of the day, prepares you for sleep that night or that day, depending on if you're a shift worker or whatever. But and that could be a whole nother issue. Is I work with some people who have shift workers or weird work schedules, um, and their schedule's so messed up. For some days, they're going to sleeping during the day, working at night, or vice versa. So that can lead to a whole nother set of issues. But where we're making sure everything is. Oh man, I just draw a mind blank. Oh, where were we? Tip. So I said, oh, didn't have anything written down here either. Priority. We said priority. Make it a priority. Oh, morning routine. So yeah. Just I don't know. Like for example, mine is get up, pee, brush teeth, chug a big glass of water, do my journal work, planning out for the day, kind of get things ready. A lot of times, if depending on the day, I'll do my training session after that, or eat. So then eat, and I eat, and then train. So that's kind of my morning routine. A lot of times I'll get outside, get some fresh air too. That can help get the day going, get kind of ready, get you some energy. So having something, and like I said, it doesn't have to be anything special. Like you have to do this exact thing. This is that. Could be as simple as making your coffee or making your breakfast or waking the kids up or doing some mobility, whatever it may be. Just have something that kind of get into a routine of doing each morning to that can help set you up for that night of sleep. And then a nighttime routine too is helpful. Again, building consistency, building behaviors. So could be include things like reading, brain dumping. That's what I have to do because, like I said, the anxiety, everything racing through my head. What I got to do today? What did I miss? Who do I got to contact? Did I get this done for that, whatever? Brain dumping, write down stuff on a notepad or just things like that to get even getting songs out of your head. Um, Breath work, meditation, just some simple things you can include in like a nighttime routine. Going for a walk, getting some fresh air. So those types of things. Some other tips. I don't like to work out too close to bedtime. Just like I don't like to have people eat too close to bedtime, because if you're working out, that elevates our heart rate. It could be a little bit more wired, and we got to get back into that parasympathetic state where we are rest and digest, not the wired and ready to go, that fight or flight all the time. So that's one reason I don't like working out too close to bedtime. So think like, I don't know, give yourself enough time to wind down, or if you have to work out close to bedtime, make sure you do some parasympathetic breathing afterwards to get that heart rate back down and get back into that rest and adjust. Same with I don't like to eat too close to bedtime. Think 2 hours or so um, before bedtime as your last meal. That's typically what I like to do, just because if you're going to bed full of food and just eating, your body's trying to digest that too while you're trying to go to bed. So you have too many things going on. And if you eat too close to bed, I've personally noticed you just feel full and your stomach's growling and working and whatever, all the digestive process, and it makes it tougher to go to sleep with a full stomach. So um, that'd be just another one. Other things, some simple like bedroom tips you can do. Keep the bedroom dark. So get some blackout shades, blackout curtains. We'll turn the lights off. Just keep it dark because wear a sleep mask if there's like in a hotel or whatever, lights, airplanes, just to keep it dark because that promotes the best sleep is just having it dark. You could also do get keeping electronics out of your room. I found this very beneficial because I used to be a person who always had the TV in my room, always had phones, video games, all this stuff, alarm clocks, everything like that in your room. And it's just more. I don't know if it's not for the. I don't like to think of it as like the. There's other things with the blue light and UV rays or whatever. Um, affecting you or your brainwaves or whatever, but it's more so just the distractions. Um, and you got the word, oh, am I going to get a phone call or this TV or whatever, this TV show. So I just say get rid of all that stuff, keep it out. And that has helped me immensely is not having electronics in my room, sleep. So for in my bedroom, so I can sleep better. All I have is an alarm clock, and it's not even a ringing one. It's one of the ones that is like light emulating or emulates the sun because here in Wisconsin, Minnesota, so right now it's dark late in the morning and it's dark early. So we don't get a ton of sunlight into the winter months, which can suck for that clock, that chronological clock that go to bed when the sun's going down, get up when the sun rises type of thing. So keep electronics out of your room. Keep your room cool. So I don't know. The ideal thing I've read in studies is from like 62 to like 68 degrees is a good range of temperature. Find something in there that works for you. Like personally, I like it cool, but I like to have a good amount of blankets to um, sleep in. So, because a lot of times I get hot, I run hot, start sweating. That's the worst. Wake up sweating, and then your pillow's all sweaty, and you're sweating, but your room's cold, and then yeah, you take the covers off and you freeze, and yeah, it's just gross. So yeah, keep the room cool. I use the bedroom for bed and sleeping. That's what you should. The bedroom should be used for sleeping and sex. That should be the only things done in the bedroom. Keep everything else out. If you're gonna read, um, read in a different room, watch TV in a different room, work in a different room. Because if you're doing all these things in the bedroom, your body kind of adapts that. Oh, if I'm in this room, I can do all these different things. Whereas if I'm only sleeping in this bedroom, the body can kind of get accustomed and used to, oh, I go to this room, I go to bed, rather than, oh, I'm going to read in here, I'm going to eat in here, I'm going to watch TV in here. So use the bedroom for sleeping and sex. Those are the only things in there. And I guess, yeah, changing clothes, obviously, but those are things that have helped me and help a lot of my clients promote and get better sleep is just using the bedroom for sleeping rather than all this making it everything else done in the bedroom. So those are some bedroom tips. Yeah, and as far as light and even like watching TV and stuff like that, doing goes along with training. Don't do that too close to bed. Don't do anything like super highly stimulating activities right before bed. Do some more calming, relaxing stuff. There's all studies with the Blu-ray and stuff, or the not Blu-ray, or the blue light. So yeah, you can turn electronics off is always a good one. An hour, half hour before bed, just to get your turn the lights down low so you get used to that. Those types of things. So or get blue light blocking glasses. That's what I do. And I've noticed it helps. I don't know, maybe it's placebo, but if it works. I guess it's just doing whatever you can to promote good sleep rather than take away. And it mostly just comes down to building habits and routines and ultimately making sleep a priority in your life because it is so important. The less than 6 hours of sleep, there's studies that show like how much more it's caused the death rate is going to be, or how you're, it's going to take a, I can't even remember what it is. I don't have the study in front of me, but there's multiple studies, but it's going to take so many more years off your life. You're not going to live as long. And I mean, if you're like me, I want to be able to live as long as possible and live as good as possible. And I know sleep is going to do that for me. And that's why I'm such a big proponent of sleeping and making it a priority in my life, in my clients' lives, in my family's life. So make sure you're sleeping because although, like Nas says, it may be the cousin of death, but you do need sleep to ultimately improve your life, build the best version of yourself, and unleash greatness. And we'll wrap that up today. Right about 30 minutes here, guys. Don't want to make these things too long because if you're like me, you have a attention span of nanoseconds, as to quote the great Ted Denso in basketball. But yeah, so make sure you're sleeping, prioritize it, use some of those tips that I gave you to focus on it and make it habits, make it behavior, and make it routine so you can consistently get good sleep night in, night out. And if you have any issues, yeah, go get a sleep study done, go see a doctor, and figure out if there's anything wrong. That at least eliminate that that's not the issue. But again, if you guys like the video, make sure you click the like button, subscribe so you get updates, and you'll be the first to check out. And you can join in on the live episodes next week and the weeks going forward. So what I'm thinking is next week, week 6, we'll do a live Q&A. So I'll get some questions. I'll put some polls up on my social media. Again, if you don't check me out, follow me on Instagram at Trevor Gutting, tag all one word, and Twitter, it's just at Trevor Gutting, I believe. And then you can check it out. Facebook, the links are below the video here too, once that's posted. So check those out and let me know if you have any questions, any comments, guys. And we will see you next week for episode 6. And we're out.